Why Edith Piaf had to regret many things. The secret life of Edith Piaf, mistress of heartbreak and pain, who had a few regrets after all. As France pays belated tribute to its beloved chanteuse Edith Piaf, we unravel some of the singer's many myths. Yet Edith was no innocent in the city's rough clubland, expertly playing off lovers and sugar daddies to facilitate her own rise, while scheming to keep rivals down. Juliette Greco, actress and singer, has never forgotten Piaf for bad-mouthing her to promoters. She could not stand other women singers. She'd tell people I was ugly, badly dressed. I was just a kid, 19 years old, trying to start out. Many regrets of Edith Piaf were revealed in her love letters. Among hardcore fans, it remains virtual heresy to portray her as anything other than a victim of the spivs and shysters of the 30s and 40s Paris demi-monde, who exploited and, ultimately, destroyed her. Edith Piaf did, it appears, regret many things. The great diva of la chanson française craved a normal life with children, pretty curtains, and a cycling champion for a husband, according to a volume of her love letters published in France. 50 years after the death of the signature French chanteuse, historians and fans continue to argue over whether her life was as bad as she claimed, or even worse. You have rescued me just in time. I have sworn in church that I will never touch another glass of alcohol if we marry, Piaf wrote to the French pursuit cycling champion Louis Girardin in 1952. She promised to transform her life and spoke of having children, pretty curtains and a beautiful dinner service. The letters, not the first Piaf love epistles to be published, but among the most frank, speak with the familiar, uncompromisingly passionate voice of her songs. She writes of her adoration for Girardin's beautiful thighs and pretty buttocks. "No man has possessed me as much as you," she writes. She finishes another letter orgasmically, "Je t'aime," with 16 M's. On the 13th of April 1952, Piaf wrote, "This is what I would like before leaving for America, to be so worn out, so filled with love, that I cannot make love any more for months, but await my marvellous return to be with you again, like your little pet dog." Piaf's love affair with Girardin lasted for less than a year in 1951 to 52, a decade before she released her most celebrated song, Je ne regrette rien, and 12 years before her death. When she met the champion cyclist, the singer had gone badly off the rails. She had plunged into extreme alcohol and drug abuse following the death in a plane accident of her previous lover, the boxer Marcel Jourdain. Piaf evidently saw Girardin as the man to return her to the straight and narrow. "I want to completely better myself. I want to be worthy of you. You must help me to transform. You will be my little professor, dear, and I will blindly listen to you like a master that I adore," she wrote in January 1952. But there were two obstacles to a happy ending. First, Girardin was already married. Second, he seems to have been dazzled, but also exhausted, by Piaf. He was reported to have said that 48 hours with the singer was more tiring than riding in the Tour de France. French singing legend Edith Piaf, known for her legion of doomed romances, fell secretly in love with a celebrated Greek actor, according to a love letter. "I love you like I have never loved before. Thaki, do not let my heart die," wrote Piaf in a letter addressed to Dimitri Horn. The letter was sent to Athens from Ajaccio in Corsica on September 20th, 1946. This 4-page letter is 100% genuine. It has passed down along with its envelope by one of Horn's parents, who found it after his death. It also came with a telegram from Piaf dated November 1946, and it asked the actor to write to her at her friend's house. She told Horn, "I would like to live by your side. It seems to me that I would really know how to make you happy, and I also believe that I understand you terribly. I know that I would be able to give up everything for you." She also urged him to meet her in the USA and then in Paris. Piaf, then aged 31, met the 25-year-old actor, known as Thaki, during one of her concerts in Athens. She clearly experienced love at first sight, and their meeting was not only platonic. The two did not continue their love affair, perhaps because Horn did not share the same feelings. Described as the best actor of his generation, Dimitri Horn later married shipping heiress Anna Goulandris. He died in 1998. The man considered the love of her life, French boxer Marcel Cerdan, not that her life became any easier. In 1949, the death in a plane crash of her great love sent her into a spiral of alcoholism, drug use, and mental breakdown, and by 1960 she had had enough, announcing her intention to retire to live quietly on the Riviera.